While walking through the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C., I came upon a section of the Berlin Wall, and two school-aged girls passing by looked at that chunk of broken concrete and apathetically asked, "Why is that here?" And considering myself a well-read person, I turned around and promptly answered their question, and I summarized how the Cold War divided Germany and how the world was changed in 1989 when the wall fell, and I was in my element. I was a living textbook. A year later, sitting in the house in Cologne, Germany, I listened captivated as my host described the night his parents snuck his 6-year-old self past Checkpoint Charlie. And I wished those girls could have heard this man's story instead of my boring textbook explanation. That night in Cologne was a watershed moment for me. Literature and media have brought the wealth of the world's knowledge to our doorstep, but a first-hand experience of the world outside, that's where the real knowledge begins. My students have nicknamed me the Rabbit Trail Guy, because they know that if they ask the right questions, they'll get a story out of me. And I don't mind this reputation. My favorite teacher shared that same reputation himself. And to this day, I still remember the grade 11 Canadian history class where Mr. Urama described the opulence of the Palace Versailles. And as I sat there, enraptured, I knew 3 things. 1, there wouldn't be any homework for Mr. Urama that day. 2, I would really enjoy being a teacher just like him. And 3, one day I would travel to Versailles myself and visit this place that he was telling me about. 15 years on, and I've proven my 16-year-old self correct on all 3 counts. So when I stand in my classroom and tell my students about how it rained every day the winter I taught in London, the fun I had dancing with the Abonsi people in the blistering heat of the Rift Valley, and the fresh orange I ate off the tree in Victoria that demonstrated the Mediterranean climate of Vancouver Island, or when I describe whatever new adventures I'll have aboard the Endeavour, I hope my students will sit back in their chairs and think, I'm going to see those things that Mr. Penner's talking about. And I guess I won't have to take notes today.